Happy and beautiful Wednesday, dreamers. Welcome to the 7th episode of The Black Sheep with your amazing host, Jordan Haddad. Today's episode is going to be called Growth Over Company, and the reason why that episode is going to be paired up with the 7th episode and the number 7 is because not many people know this, but with that number 7 comes a lot of amazing belief and manifestation and gratitude and power. Honestly, that 7 is that blessing from if you are a spiritual person in regards to God or Allah or whoever you believe in. You know, that number 7 is that holy number. It's that power number. It's that strong power of belief. But with that story of growth over company, you know, the biggest thing with that is nowadays, and this goes back with my previous episode with how I stated that we all have masks on due to COVID, but the biggest thing nowadays is we all prefer to have liking and having popularity and having this big friend group, and everybody wants to know everybody. And the thing is with that not many people really look at and deep dive into this is when you're surrounded by many people, you have a lot of different characteristics around you. You have a lot of different opinions and a lot of different beliefs. And when you're trying to manifest your life and bring your dreams to a reality, it's hard to have those surroundings where they're knocking you down, or they're not doubting you, or they're not believing in you, or they're trying to keep up with the Joneses with trying to match with what they're doing. You know, I personally have had my previous stories with in middle school and in elementary school and in early days of high school where I thought having a lot of friends meant you were very popular, and that's something that I not wanted to strive for, but that's something that was more of an interest. Until I honestly had to wake the fuck up and realize I'm my own person. I would rather be that lion that builds that self, that brings that characteristic, and honestly, as being the black sheep with friends and family and having that different mindset, the thing with us nowadays is we put on this face that things are going to go a specific route based off of how we perceive life to be. The thing is, when you transform your life into blessings and opportunities and gratitude, everything starts to change and beliefs start to direct themselves in different ways. You know, the thing is that when you have only that specific friend group, honestly, I would rather go to war with 3 of my closest and most loyalist friends than go to war with a big group that I barely trust and don't even know that well. And that's because I know what's going to happen and I know how the outcomes are going to be. You know, the thing with us nowadays is we forget the most beautiful, beautiful saying and quote movie of all time. And that movie, if you haven't seen it, highly, highly recommend it. But it's called Forrest Gump. And one of the quotes in that story is, he had said that life is like a box of chocolate. You never know which one you're going to choose. And if you don't understand that message, I'm going to explain, you know, my version of it and the version that he had also was meaning when that saying was released. But with that, you know, there's different opportunities that come on a day-to-day basis. You guys all get chances that not many people get nowadays. You know, you get to wake up, you get to have that blessing, you get to have that gratitude, you get to have that new chapter of where you're trying to take your life, who you're trying to be, what success story you're trying to overcome. You know, the thing is that as the black sheeps, we all have had misunderstanding from our friends, from our family, from our loved ones. You know, having those broken hearts, having those stories that we have expressed to people and we got laughed at and looked at in different ways. And I say this based off of personal experience. You know, the thing that not many people come to nowadays is that we have to know, and you all have to know as dreamers and as the black sheep, is that every success story, every business that's your favorite company to your favorite athlete, you know, they all have stories that not many people know. And not many people understand. The thing that we all have to know is that the underdogs, the black sheeps, the misunderstood, those are always the people that become the legends. My biggest thing is that the underdogs turn legend. And with the black sheep, we're that community, we're that podcast that are going to help you make that underdog, turn you into that underdog, into that legend, into that empire trying to build. That lion, that lioness. We all have a beautiful soul and a beautiful gift that we were put on this earth for a reason. And, if you are a spiritual person or believe in whatever you believe in, the thing is that the gift that we take on is the gift of our brand. The thing that one of my mentors and one of my, I guess, my business role model, and even honestly just like a role model in life, like, you guys will have the chance to meet him. He'll be on the podcast, and his story is honestly much, much something to listen to. But what he always told me since day one we met and day one we started talking was, Jordan, find your brand. Jordan, find your brand. Who's your brand? Who's your target brand? Things like that. And I'm not saying that in regards to a business side. I'm saying that more of a branding it from a business side to my personal side. Who's Jordan? Who is my brand? Who am I following? Who's my people? I had to really dive deep into that, and that's when I stated in the last episode, guys, but you have to really wake up and you have to look yourself in the mirror and realize that you do have flaws. We all have a lot of flaws that we all face on a day-to-day basis. I can guarantee you that not all of us have similarities, but a lot of the similarities that we do have is the stories that we build and we bond together over. The best thing is when you know that you are destined for one thing and you truly, truly believe in it. The thing that I personally know of is that in 5 years from now, in a year from now, in 2 years from now, even in 3 months from now, and whenever October is finished, November, December, we're almost done with 22, guys. 2022. How do you guys want to end this year? As the dreamers, as the black sheeps, how do you guys want to fulfill the rest of this year? And how do you want to set your brand up for 2023? How do you want to have that new year be that success story for you? That story that outlives fulfills your journey, fulfills your life, fulfills your purpose on this world. I guarantee you all that the story that you come to find yourself living is the story that may not be the case that we all need to live in. Your position that you are in right now is not the position that you are destined to be in. The thing that we all get stuck on is this loop of, well, I'm happy here, I'm set here. The thing is with that is once you find your comfortability, is that comfortability kills success. Not many people know that. And the story, the biggest thing with that is when you get too comfortable, your dreams start to suffer, your vision starts to suffer. You got to stay hungry, stay like that lion, stay like that lioness. I have tagged, actually, I shared on my personal video of this lion was actually getting attacked by this group of hyenas. It was like 50 of them. Anyways, his brother, one of his best, I guess like a lion brother of his, came up from behind and came up to protect his other friend. And guess what happened? All those hyenas ran away. And the story with that I honestly took it as was, you had that right-hand person, you had that one person that's with you that's going to push you to that end. Find your person, find that person that's going to help carry you, motivate you, and lift that story out of you. Honestly, with Dreams to Reality, with the Black Sheep, with Dream First, there's a lot of stories behind each and every one of those companies. And as the Black Sheep, we're here to express our story. However, we're here to hear your story and have the world hear yours too. If there's something that you guys are scared to do, if it's in regards to a business, if it's in regards to trying to set up your business, setting up your website, trying to get beats made, studio time, message us, hit us up on any of our platforms, the Black Sheep, Dreams to Reality, Dream First Productions, Dream First Records, my apologies, we just changed the name. But make sure you hit us up to see how we can help fulfill your dreams and bring those dreams to reality. But until then, stay blessed, stay hungry, and stay woke, guys. Do not stop fulfilling your visions. Write those goals down, write those journeys down, and write those passions down. Who, what, and why do you strive for a better tomorrow? What makes you want to build a legacy? Another thing, just to lastly wrap this up, why I say growth over company for this episode is because when you have growth over company, the thing actually I guess this may be in regards to the single people. And I'm going to say this for single people in relationships, and I'm going to say this more for just personal life. But when you have that couple that you're going out with, there was this girl that I went out with years ago who actually gave me some story of what she wanted to do with her life. And it just was not appealing. It was like we were on two different platforms. Like the way I wanted my life was a lot different. We just weren't communicating on the same level of vision. Same thing with friends. I had a friend years ago who honestly I'm not friends with anymore. But him and I were very, very close. The guy was like a brother to me. Anyways, what had happened was we were on two different levels of our life too, meaning he wanted specific things, wanted to go party, wanted to do that. I was wanting to build a legacy, build my story, build my vision, build my brand. Continue to build that brand, guys. Do not stop until that brand is built. Make sure this year is the ending of that year that you want it to be. Do not go out with any type of way that you should not be feeling. Do not live in any regrets, and do not live to regret tomorrow. Make sure that you strive for that better future. And until then, guys, make sure no matter what, no matter where, no matter what, strive for that future, strive for that better tomorrow. Never stop fighting. Never stop fighting, never stop achieving, and never stop fulfilling. Until then, this is going to be the wrap, and this is going to be the end of the Black Sheep episode today. Until then, we will be going live on Saturday, and we will be having a special release of when we will have our special guest on the platform. All the guests are going to be people that have these stories that are going to be able to build to you guys. Bring that light into you and maybe have their story change the way that you perceive your life to be. A lot of the people that are going to be on this platform, that are going to be guests and are going to be speakers, are going to be people that I personally believe that are going to change and help fulfill your passion. And honestly, I probably are going through or have been in the same shoes as you. The thing is, we all have different stories. But like I said, a lot of us are very similar in ways that we don't even realize. But stay hungry, stay woke, guys. Stay destined for that better you. We all have a better side of us. That better side needs to be unveiled. And with the Black Sheep, we're going to make sure we dig that out of you. Until then, guys, have an amazing evening, have an amazing week, and have an amazing future. Until next time, love y'all.